All right, good morning. It says we're live. I'm going to double check, make sure everything is working the way it's supposed to, and that we are actually live. Looks like everything's good to go. Good morning. Hello. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name St. Hegyes, and that is my phone going off because my family has been sharing some information. Apparently, an article was released recently talking about how much income a family of four should make in order to live comfortably. And I'm very poor. uh, it is based off the lifestyle of the 50-30-20, where 50% of your money goes towards like needs, bills, stuff like that, and 30 goes towards like whatever you want to have, but it's not necessarily necessary to survive, and then 20 for savings and stuff like that. So, but still the numbers are not pretty. In fact, none of them are less than 200K for a family of four. And so yeah, my whole family group chat is going insane about this because most of my family lives in North Carolina. I live in Montana, and none of us are making anywhere near that. So yeah. Anyways, we are here to do some writing. If you are new to my channel, the way it works is we will do 4 25-minute sprints. I'll have a timer on screen. I've been using the Pomodoro Kitty timer so that I don't have to, stop and start it. I can just let it run. I will also have prompts on the screen. They are for those who want to write but don't know what they want to write about. You don't have to do the writing prompt. It's just there for some inspiration. So anyways, hi, Rachel. Welcome. Hugging the like button. I am good to be here too. Thank you. Why are my glasses so gross? I think I have to actually clean them with like the cleaner solution. But what is everyone working on today? I'm curious and I'm nosy. I am going to be going through my Notion and cleaning up some ideas. I've seen a lot of videos recently talking about how many works in progress everyone has. And some of these people are like, I have 9, I have 10, I have 15. I have put most of the ones that were digitally on my computer. I have a notebook full of ones I still haven't gone through and digitized yet. Just based on the ones that were from my computer, I have 100 plus. And I mean 100 plus, almost 200 plus. So yeah, I'm going to go through and clean up that and see what we're working with. Now, granted, a lot of these are like ideas that I just like, what if this happened, and could possibly be combined with other ideas. I don't know. That's not the point. I just digitized all the ideas into separate things. That being said, of the 100 plus that I have, ones that are series ideas, I put the series ideas under one, where I might have ideas for several books, but it all went under one. So like, even if it was something that was like a 5-book series, it went under one. So it's closer to the 200 range than the 100 range. It's a lot. So I'm going to be going through and cleaning that up during these sprints today. I am still working on transferring my files from my computer to my iPad here. It's open because I was messing with it earlier. I bought this with the purpose of being able to take it to work and work on my writing stuff while at work, but me and cloud-based services have never really gotten along. Like, I use them for backups, but this is going to be the first time I'm really using them as like the source of where my documents are stored, and I hate it a lot. So it's taking some getting used to. I am relearning how everything works, especially since Dropbox was never one of my favorite cloud-based services in the first place, but it seems to be the most popular as far as like making sure your stuff is able to sync up to different places. So that's fun. But anyways, it is 5 after the hour. We're going to go ahead and start our first sprint. Let's go ahead and get our timer up on the screen. There we go. And our first prompt of the day. Again, you don't have to write these prompts. They're just there if you want to. and you need some writing inspiration. Anyways, we're going to start this first sprint starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that is time. Let me know how you did, what you did in the comments below. I am working on my Notion, cleaning up like my idea list, where I basically just, if I have an idea that pops in my brain, that's where I put it. I have this list table thing that I keep in Notion where I write down all my ideas, and then I put what status it is in, whether it's prompt, drafting, complete but not edited, don't know what to do with it kind of thing. And this is just for anything that's like any ideas that pop in my head, no matter whether or not they're going to be like a short story, a prompt, or a novel. The ones that are short stories that I have already written, or like I know without a doubt they're going to be short stories, they're in a completely different list. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'm kind of untangling it. It's a hot mess because I was just trying to, because I've changed computers so many times and I had files in so many places. That was one of the things that I was doing to kind of like condense everything. Was like, okay, I know I had ideas for such and such story, but I don't know where they're located. So I decided to make this Notion so that I could keep all of my ideas digitally in one location and not have to worry about it. And then I can pull from that and basically use it as a story Bible to figure out what all I'm doing as far as writing goes when I get to those story ideas. It also keeps track of like ideas that are published versus getting ready for publication and stuff like that. Lots of people came into the chat while I was sprinting. Good morning, Cat Paw. Welcome, welcome. Stream didn't make a sound. I can understand that completely, Rachel, because I have been there, done that, where I have been waiting for a stream to start, and it turned out that it just didn't. The cat always makes me jump, Cat Paw. Don't worry. Got through the pages I've been stuck on all weekend long. That's awesome. Hello, Estelle. I don't think I've seen you at one of my streams before. Or maybe I have, but it's been a long time. So I'm happy you're here. How are you? That's awesome. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to find my glasses cleaner, like the actual cleaning solution. Because there's some things on my glasses that are just not coming off. It looks like water stains, but usually I can get water stains off, and it's not coming off. Maybe it's just another sign that it's time for me to schedule another eye appointment and get my eyes checked and get a new prescription. Which I need to do anyways, but that's not the point. You're most welcome, Estelle. I'm glad you're here. Rachel, you said you're working on Ream stories. Like, I'm writing about a character that won't make it to main series. Gonna put it in my cutting room floor. That's a good idea for that, or a good name for that. Like, I always have, when I set up my Scrivener, I have my documents, and then I have like however many chapters I have for the story. I do the same number of chapters in a file I call cuts, because anything I don't delete, because I want to be able to possibly read over them and use those scenes later. Anything I cut, I don't straight up delete. I just cut and paste it into the duplicate file in that cuts section. But I like calling it the cutting room floor. That's good. I like that. Been there before, but I don't remember interacting in chat. You've been a lurker, Estelle. That's okay. I'm glad you're here now. I'm glad you're interacting. I love having the chat. Like, that was the one thing that I missed when doing all this writing stuff that I've been doing back when I wasn't doing live streams, because the live streams were just too hectic at the time. I missed having that interaction where I could like talk to people. And I really do miss having people like on camera with me to have an actual like in real time conversation. Like, I'd love the chat, don't get me wrong, but I also miss having people on screen with me, if that makes sense. It's just it's complicated. I have complicated feelings about live streams. I really do. As I pour my soda on me. Never fails. I lurk in a lot of live streams and I don't interact at all. So like, I have no room to talk. I really don't. But mostly I do the lurking when I'm like watching a replay. I just don't make any comments on it. I watch the replay and I'm done. And I don't comment on them. Oh, hold on. Let me pause that cat so I can get us ready. Didn't realize we were so close to the timer being started. So let me go ahead and get us up. Here's our next prompt. Again, you don't have to write it if you don't want to. It's just there if you need some inspiration. Don't know what you want to write about. Don't have anyone stream with me at the moment. Yep, get that. I made a poll recently asking when I gave some times that I knew I would be able to stream, and I was like, when would everyone like me to stream? Because I would like to be able to have that like interaction of people commenting. It's kind of boring streaming and then no one be in the comments to chat. So I was a little surprised at the responses I got, which is great. I loved it. And I'm going to try a couple. I'm doing this stream right now, which I shifted it an hour later than what I've been doing. Um, so I'm doing this stream now, and then I will do one Saturday. I didn't realize I put this in the poll. I put 11 p.m. on the poll when I meant to put a.m. But I might try on Saturday to do both, to do an 11 a.m. one and an 11 p.m. one. And the reason for that is because there's going to be some days I can't do AM because I've got things I need to do, like shopping in Great Falls, which is an hour away from me. And that tends to be like an all day thing whenever we do that. So there's going to be times when I can't do AM, but I can do PM and vice versa. So Saturday might be one of those. I'm going to try both and see how I like it. Just to see what it happens. But yeah, I'm going to be this whole month is about experimenting with different stream times. And as always, there's a whole lot of streams going on daily. Like there should be in the description a link to the spreadsheet that Cat Leo and a bunch of others input and edit dealing with live streams, and they even have like a list of whoever's streaming at what time zones and stuff like that. It's really cool. I really enjoy it. That's why I try to keep it in the description. And if you ever go into my description and it's not there, let me know so I can make sure I edit it and put it back, because that means I screwed something up, and that's a me thing. Anyways, let's do this next sprint. We're going to go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that is time. Let me know how you did, what you did in the comments. I managed to untangle more of the stuff from my Notion. I'm still working on it, but I am getting there. Let's see. Oh, goodness gracious. I just messed up. That's okay. I'll figure it out. I'll fix it. Anyways, how did everyone else do? I saw comments. Lots of comments. Hold on. Go back and read a bunch. Add to the spreadsheet. Add to the spreadsheet. It seems like there's been people shifting their times because of their own schedules. I know that for a while there, when I was not working full time and I had the time to do streams whenever I wanted, I would shift mine so that I wasn't overlapping too much with other people. It was ridiculous because there are so many people out there streaming now that overlap is inevitable. But at the time, there weren't as many. So I was trying to shift mine all the time to kind of not overlap. I don't know if people are still doing that or not. Whew. Estelle, you have a wee one. Difficult to know if he's going to get sick. Yeah, understand that. Let's know if you decide. Once I have our actual regular schedule figured out, I will post it to my community tab. Plus, I will put it in like the description of my live streams. And I might even do like a whole, whether it's a short or a video talking about it. I don't know. But you will know. Oh, I didn't even realize you had left, Estelle. I'm sorry. Bye. Have a good one. Home alone with my son from Friday till Tuesday this week. Dad is traveling. Hey, there you go. You've got this. Cat Paw is reminding everyone to save your work. Mine is currently on the cloud, but that is a great reminder because I deleted some stuff I didn't mean to, so I've got to go figure out how to get it back. Luckily, it does this view your history thing, so I can get it back. It's just a matter of doing so. Hello, Mundy O'Reilly. Currently working on a first draft. Let me tell you, it's pretty rough. Good thing it's a first draft. Yes. All words matter. Some words are better than no words. Yes, exactly. Got a couple posts on Facebook and started on the explanation of the cutscene on Rain. Nice. Everyone's doing awesome. Being productive, getting stuff done, even if it's not like writing related. That's one thing I do. That's the reason I call these like productivity streams instead of like writing streams, I think. I don't know. I am writing, but I say productivity sprints for those who like, there are times when I stop and I put a timer on my phone and I go do some dishes or something while these sprints are going. Or like I knock out other things as well. Or if my dogs wake up and they decide they want to go outside, if you see my camera turn off, most of the time it's because either I need to run to the bathroom or I need to let the dogs outside so they can go to the bathroom. Either way, getting things done. That's what these sprints are about. These sprints are about knocking out and getting some productivity in and doing all the things. And yeah. On one of the streams I did recently, I was playing catch up in my journal instead of writing because I couldn't. I had too much brain stutters, brain fog. I had too much of that going on in order to concentrate on writing, so I was productive in other ways. So that's what I do sometimes. Sometimes it's not a matter of getting words in. Sometimes it's a matter of doing other things. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get us set up for the next sprint because we're going to start in a little bit. Here is the next prompt for those who want to write but don't know what they want to write about. Maybe this will be some inspiration. And timer is already going. We don't have to set that. Oh, that's right. I turned my phone on vibrate. That's why. I was like, why isn't my phone making noise? But my watch is. That is why. Anyways, we're going to start this next sprint, do all the things, whether it's writing, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that is time. Let me know how you did, what you did in the comments. Do. I managed to get more of the plot ideas untangled, and I'm separating. Like I have some files where it's like blah 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 series or XYZ series, and so I'm separating each of those into their own individual books. Um, since I have a ow oh since I have a slot to write the series name and the series number, I was like, this will go much better if I just separate them versus having one file for the whole series. That way I can differentiate when I start working on them, which book I'm working on versus, the whole file saying this is in progress kind of thing. Much better. Okay. Sorry, I got my finger caught in my hair. Anyways, how did everyone else do? Let's see. Catpaw is listening to otherworldly ambience, rainfall on an alien. I'm going to have to look that up because I need to know what that is. I am nosy. Catpaw mentions that they never write during streams or sprinting. They need to be in the character's head and stay there as long as possible. I've noticed that, Catpaw, because you almost never are writing. You're working on like editing or like other tasks at the time when I see you in streams, not just mine, but other streams I've seen you in. You're never working on writing. So I find that interesting that you can't write during streams. Like I'm not mad about it at all. Like I was curious, and I love seeing different people's processes on how they do things. Because like lately, the only time I have done any writing is during live streams, and even today, I'm like, my brain is not functioning enough to do writing, so I'm working on untangling this story idea plot list so that I can differentiate ideas that I will probably never write and input those into my writing prompt book versus trying to keep them in my plot line, even though they're stuff I will never work on. Things like that. So I just think it's interesting. Hello, Paget. Editing today. Awesome. Maudie listens to Lord of the Rings soundtrack while writing. I have been there, and lo-fi is my jam currently, but I go through phases. I actually, on my phone, have a lot of soundtracks saved, whether it's I do have Lord of the Rings and Hobbit saved soundtracks, just the instrumental versions, not the ones with like lyrics. I have a playlist that's just Disney music because sometimes you just need a jam session while doing stuff. And their stuff tends to be even like I have a playlist that's strictly like villain songs and a playlist that's strictly like hero songs because there are times when I need to be in a specific mood. And not gonna lie, Disney villain songs are like the jam. Like they are better than most of the hero songs 90% of the time. I love a good villain song versus a good hero song. Not gonna lie. But yeah, so I've got different playlists for different things depending on what I'm doing or what kind of mood I need to be in. And it's just lately that I've been listening to lo-fi while writing and stuff. See, Catpaw managed to do something to the formatting. Now I'm sorry. Getting double lines can't get rid of. Rachel cleaning up a post before hitting the publish button. Mundi got the start of a new chapter going. That's always, yep, sometimes. Yes, I'm glad I'm not the only person that loves a good villain song. Like, I'm not gonna lie, we watched Wish for the first time the other day, and there's a lot of hate out there for that movie, and I think it's because the trailer shows all of the movie. Like, you know what's gonna happen in the movie if you've watched the trailer. And I'm sorry if that's a spoiler, but I felt a little upset that I knew the entirety of the movie based on the trailer. By the time we got done watching the movie, I was like, I saw the whole thing in the trailer, the 2-minute video trailer, advertising it. I'm a little upset about this. But there was 2 songs that I thought might be the villain song, and the one that is actually the villain song, I'm like, yes, this is what I like. Be Prepared has definitely always been the top of my list, and Hellfire is good too. I go up and down with Poor Unfortunate Souls. It is a good one though. All right, let me go ahead and get us set for our next sprint because it's going to start shortly. This will be the last sprint, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that is time. Let me know how you did, what you did in the comments below. Let's see. I can go ahead and get rid of this timer because we are done for today. Ooh, lots of comments came through. Okay, let's see. Pet peeve of Chief telling me everything in the trailer or blurb. Before I read the comments, I got more stuff situated with the long list of story ideas, and oh my god, there is a lot. I've got further digging and narrowing down to do, but we're at a good stop point for today, at least for right now. Let's see. How did that one? There are a few things that have made it into Disney movies that I've just, as an adult, I'm like, really? Really? These are for kids. Hellfire being one of them, because it's very evident as an adult what it's talking about. As a kid, you're just like, oh, this song slaps. It's cool. It's awesome. And then you get to an adult and you're like, we were listening to that as kids. What? I am probably gonna pronounce your name wrong, and I'm sorry about that. Is it Xena Kingdom? Either way, hello. You missed the last sprint because that was our final sprint. We're going to be wrapping things up. Now we're just chatting, basically. Yes, Clayton's death is one of them in Tarzan. As a kid, it's really pretty sad because there was blood shown. Like, that was the one thing Disney was like, let's not do that. And then it's been a while since I've watched Tarzan, but if I remember right, there is no blood shown in that movie. You see the shadow of the parents' bodies on the floor near the beginning, or the evidence. Maybe there was blood because maybe there was dried blood in the scenes where it showed what happened to his parents. Showed. That's what I meant to quote, not his parents. But the way they did Clayton's death in Tarzan, where you could see his shadow of his body hanging from the trees, traumatized me as a kid. I was just like, oh my god, that's worse than all the blood. Give me all the blood. Do not show me that. So, and there was other things too. I remember that one the most. I remember the Hellfire song being like, questionable. But it's just funny what makes it into a children's movie versus what doesn't. I'm gonna have to go back and watch Tarzan now, because now I really feel like they did show something with the parents, whether it was their feet, like you're saying, Monday, or like kind of like with Clayton's death, a shadow of their bodies. Like, I remember there being something. And again, Tarzan was one of those movies where I was just like, I was a teenager by the time I watched Tarzan, so I was like, this is a kid's movie. What is going on? And then there's other things I watch now as an adult, newer kids movies that are coming out, and they're showing some of these things. I'm like, girls, do we need to have a chat about what you know about these movies? But anyways, let's see. Did I miss anything? Yeah, there's a reason I don't watch trailers these days for movies, because 90% of the time the trailers will show you all the main parts of the movie. And so when you watch it, all you're really adding to what you saw in the trailer is the boring parts in between, or like the stuff that connects all the things they show you in the trailer. And I'm just like, really? I miss teaser trailers. Like, they don't do as many teaser trailers these days. Now everything's like, trailers are 2 to 3 minutes long. I watched a trailer the other day that was 4 minutes long. This was for a movie I'd already seen, so I didn't feel bad about watching it. The trailer itself, I don't remember which one it was 4 minutes long. The movie is 2 hours. And I'm watching this trailer going, anyone who watches this trailer, except for a couple of major scenes that are not shown in this trailer, knows exactly what the movie is about. And I'm like, what is going on? And teaser trailers used to be 30 seconds. Max, they were, I don't even remember teaser trailers being a minute long. I think they had to be less than a minute. And the ones I remember were like 30 seconds, 45 seconds. And they had, I hate to admit it, they had the narrator's voice that was like, in a world full of devastation. And it made you want to see the movies without spoiling them. And trailers these days just are not the same at all. Oh, that's cool, Mundy, that Tarzan was your favorite. See, trailers tend to spoil everything. Yeah. Came out 1 to 2 years before the film, and by then I forgot what I. See, that's the one thing. Trailers, I have mixed feelings about trailers. And then I watch these things these days when I don't have a lot of time, or if like it's a film, like I want to know what happened in the film. Like I want to know the ending of the film, but I don't want to sit there and take the time to watch the actual movie because it's not something I'm interested in. There's a couple of these channels that I found on YouTube. This is especially true for like horror movies because I want to skip all the jump scares. And it's the off the wall movies, not the popular ones that are like did not probably straight to DVD kind of movies where the I'm not watching trailers, I'm watching like recaps, movie recaps. One of the channels I think is actually called Horror Movie Recaps, and that's how I've watched a couple of movies to see what happened in the movie, because it wasn't a movie like it was like where I actually wanted to know what happened, or like I wanted to see. It wasn't one I was actually wanting to see, but I knew enough about the movie that I was like, okay, I want to know what happens at the end. I want to know if everyone dies, kind of thing. Or so I've watched a couple of those. And those are different from trailers because that I go into that knowing I'm going to be spoiled. That's the whole point. It's like a synopsis of the movie from start to finish. And it's going to tell me exactly, scene by scene, what happened without the dialogue, without all the jump scares, without all the action. It's just going to tell me a woman moved to a house with her son. I'm doing this for a movie I have actually watched the whole movie of, and then I watched the recap of it just to see the difference between it. Video essays. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, it's always a movie I haven't heard about. Like it's never, and then there's a TikTok channel that I've been watching recently. She is a horror movie enthusiast, and she does these skits, which are basically synopsises of the movies in a 1 minute video. And I'm like, I have actually gone, because of her skits, I have gone to purposely find movie trailers for horror movies because I'm not a huge horror movie fan. But sometimes the premise of a horror movie is just so intriguing that I'm just like, I want to know what this movie is, what it was about, and what happened. Like, I have to know because of just the brain wants to know. So I just find those so interesting. And there is a difference between trailers, but trailers these days are more like the video essays than they need to be, because everything you want to watch in the film is portrayed in the stupid trailer, and it just sucks. But all right, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. It is after 11 my time. Sometimes what counts as horror movies away. Yes, the one that I really, so I tell people all the time, I was like, I don't like horror, but I like monster movies, which are technically classified as horror, and I keep forgetting that. So I'll tell someone I don't like horror, and then I mention that I like monster movies, and they're like, but it's horror. And I'm like, okay, let me rephrase myself. I don't like gore porn horror. If it's humans killing humans or humans torturing humans, Saw, I have no desire to watch it. But give me a monster or an alien movie all day long, and I will watch the hell out of it. I love the Predator films. Love them. Every single one. But I don't like Alien. Granted, Alien is different because Alien, I was like younger than my kids. And I just happened to walk out into the living room to go get, like, I don't remember what I was going to the kitchen for, but my room, the hallway was like down here from my room. The living room was right here. The kitchen was right here. And I had to walk down the hall through the living room to get to the kitchen for whatever I was doing. And I just happened to walk in. I just happened to walk in where the android was getting killed, and I didn't know it was the android. My parents were watching Alien, and the android was getting killed. All the guts were being spilled everywhere. I've been traumatized ever since, and I can't watch that film. I can't do it. I can't. But I'll sit there and it's pretty much the same thing with the predator pulling out the spines of the humans. So I don't understand it. And I think it's literally because of I was traumatized as a kid with Alien, whereas I didn't watch Predator until I was like old enough to realize what it was and act and accept it. I don't get it. I will admit it's a me thing. One day I will watch it. I will just push my way through it and watch it because I have a feeling I would like it because it's a creature feature. And I love me a good creature feature. But yeah. Ooh, horror with humor. One of the ones I still want to see is Love and Monsters is on my watch list right now of one that's one my husband and I are going to watch together actually. We haven't managed to make our schedules work and been in the mood to watch it. And then there's another one, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Like I don't know what it is about that movie, but I do want to see it. So anything that's like horror but funny, I am game for it. What's the one that just came out recently? I think it's an indie film. Something Lisa Frankenstein, is that what it's called? I think it's Lisa Frankenstein. Love the Evil Dead movies. I think it's called Lisa Frankenstein. I want to see. Now we're going on a tangent about how horror movies when I was trying to wrap this up. And these days, it's really hilarious because I tell people that I don't like horror movies. And yet, when I compare what movies I've watched more thrillers, I've watched more horror. The only thing I've watched more of other than those two is like Disney movies because if it's animated, I'm going to watch it. And then it was Lisa Frankenstein. Yes, Lisa Frankenstein, and I do want to see Abigail. So rom-coms, animated movies are like the top things. If it's that, I'm going to watch it automatically. But and then I watch more horror. For someone who doesn't like horror, I watch more horror than I do action, which I do prefer. So it's just hilarious to me. And my husband gets a good laugh out of that. He was like, I can count on one hand how many action movies you've watched, which you do like, versus the horror that you don't like. And I'm like, meh. Yeah, Abigail's about Dracula's daughter. They all get trapped in the house with her, and she's a ballerina vampire. Like that, the moment they said it that it was a vampire ballerina, I was just like, yes, let's do this. All right, Encanto. Yes, I liked Encanto. Though to be fair, as much as I hate Disney as a company, I can go on a whole rant about this. As much as I hate Disney as a company, they are a moral company, no matter what anyone says. I still love Disney films. And I haven't really seen a Disney film yet that I don't like. There are ones I don't like as much as others, but I haven't seen a single one that I don't like at all. Like that I absolutely hate. But there's plenty out there that with flaws. Like there's things that I'm like, I would have done that differently. That could have been changed. I'm not gonna lie, Encanto was one of those that I liked it a lot more than I thought it was going to based on the ads. And because I did watch a trailer for that one. And it's one of those where it doesn't need a sequel. It's done. But if they decided to do a sequel, I would still watch it. And I'm not a huge fan of Disney sequels because a lot of times they are not as good as the original and shouldn't be made. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We have now gone 20 minutes over the hour. We're no longer doing any sprints. But yeah, thank you all for joining me today. I have especially loved this discussion about movies at the end and what we see and what we like. It's been great fun. I'll be back on, I think, Saturday. I have to double check my schedule. I can't remember if there's stuff we're doing this Saturday. So I will possibly have 2 streams on Saturday, one in the morning and one in the evening, but we're going to have to see. I remember putting up a poll, and in the poll I had put PM instead of AM, but I had meant to put AM. So I'm going to try both time slots, but I don't know if it's going to be this Saturday. I try both slots. Once I figure it out, I'll make the live stream ahead of time, and then I'll also put a post in the community post where you can find all information about any live streams coming up. I'm trying to post there more often, especially like when I post a video and stuff like that. So just keep an eye out. And yeah, thank you all for joining me. And I'll see you whenever I do another video or live stream. Make sure I'm pressing the right buttons and get out of here the correct way. So there we go. Bye, everyone.